Hello, this is Kathy Fabian. I start the next day. It's Saturday. I'm doing the Mural street fair on Saint Laurent Boulevard. I stopped last time on the corner of Laurier and Pine. So I thought I would take the 55 down to Pine and St. Urban. And now I'm going to cut across down to the street fair and continue where I left off. This is the Mural Street Fair. It's the Mural Street Fair. Yes, Saint Laurent Street is closed for so that the street vendors could sell all these wonderful special treats that are less expensive on the street fair. But you also have murals around the community, and lots of these murals are not on Saint Laurent Street, but they're kind enough to have directions how to get there. Suffice it to say, it will not take a little time, or more importantly for me, a little bit of energy to get through the whole thing and see everything. So that's why I have to cut it into slices. Luckily for me, it's 10 days this time. So perhaps after I do the other part, which I'm going from Pine Avenue, look at all the lovely flowers. Now, we're in June, eh? This is flower season. If you don't have an outside garden, people make do. Yep. So I have thought about what I'm going to do. The street fair is about, yes, vending, the vendors selling their wares, but it's also about murals. And the murals are, you have the directions, murals to go north and south, no, east and west of the street fair. But that takes a lot more walking. So yesterday I did until Pine Avenue. Now I'm going from Pine Avenue to Sherbrooke on just straight Saint Laurent Boulevard. And if the weather holds up, as I think it might, I will take the next couple of days to see if I can scout out the murals that are not on the street and the artwork that is not on the street but on the roads crossing them. So I'll be there soon. Again, I start very early in the morning, almost before the vendors are set up. But this is Saturday. Lots of times Saturday people start earlier. It's shopping day for a lot of people. This store has been here a long time. It's right next to Saint Laurent Street. They're supposed to have a lot of really nice duvets for people who like that for their bedding. There seems to be not very many people, but the store vendors are pretty much starting, which was not the case yesterday. Yesterday at this time, there were a lot of trucks delivering their goods. But again, on the weekend, the trucks are off. Speak to you. One major change on Saint Laurent Street is that the second cup that used to be down the street right at this corner, what is it, south of Saint Laurent, has moved up a block up to north of Saint Laurent, which it was there for a long time. And instead they have a really cool store called B&Y, which I'm going to stop. Yesterday I got some really nice sparkling water in a very attractive bottle there for not too expensive. So that's my first stop. They also have all sorts of foods. It's a little bit like Ollie's downtown in the Cathedral Mall, where you have a place to eat, but you also have a pretty nice grocery store. It was an Intermarché for a long time, and I see it's still owned by Intermarché, but they have included Frank Place for people to eat and do your groceries. A very nice combination indeed to me. This is a new restaurant. It looks promising, Indian cuisine. Sings. With singe is monkey in French. I wonder if it means that. I believe the language is Urdu. And they're going to open up a booth here later, but it's much too early now. I think we're not even at 10 o'clock. I score another mural right over here. This is called, of course, the Mural Art Fair. And here you have again another tableau with a lot of humor, and again the same idea that a lot of the artists have of confrontation and conflict. And here goes my cell phone. I think it means it's 10:30. I'll let it go. So you have a lot of people with injuries and a lot of people that artists, they often live in neighborhoods that are not that wealthy, that perhaps have more alternative or rather simple ideas of conflict and violence. And that's why you have conflict and confrontation and charm a lot in these posters like these murals. This is the big one. This is the part of Saint Laurent Street where I used to live, well, not too far from, and it seems the stores are constantly changing. They don't last a long time, but every time something new comes up, it's just as attractive. There's a funky tonk, you see, this one looks like it's closed, but here's another one moved up, and here's what I'm interested in, a restaurant. It says, what is that? Burrito shop, grill Mexican. And they're going to open up a booth. It says now open, but I don't think it's now open yet. This is a place that has been open a long time ago. And they always have really beautiful designed terraces at this time. Let's see if I could get a picture without the garbage can. There you go. Very nice drawing of a monkey. Room service, dining and catering. Sounds elegant. Next to something less elegant, buns and bocadillo. Venezuelan food. Oh, I can't get it on my camera. There it is. Here you have something wild for sure. Freak lunchbox. Freak lunchbox. They look very happy. There's a baby, and I believe that's a monkey as well. Monkey seems to be popular these days here. Here, the blue monkey. I'm gonna go inside and check if I can see the menu. I'm interested. What's a freak lunchbox? Wow, freak lunchbox. Certainly a lot of color in it. Candy? Maybe it's candy in the freak lunchbox? Toys in the freak lunchbox? Honey? No? All sorts of colors, that's for sure. Chupa chops. Lots and lots of colors. It's not a stupid idea for people, for small kids who don't want to eat. Bacon waffles. Oh, dry goods. Mostly dry goods. All sorts of dry goods. Wow, it's very striking. I guess you have to put, I would put bandages. Abraham Lincoln bandages. And lots of candy and lots of toys. Okay. Freak lunchbox. Right on. I take another picture. It seems not to be only for children. Get a look at this. Candy brazier. Wow, I didn't know how to make it that way. It's all made of candy there. Cocktail clock. Reluctant bride cake topper. Finally, you got to take your kid and have his picture taken with this. He puts a little face in the monkey there. It says Freak Lunchbox Montreal. Again. All right. Very cool. Now we're stepping out of a freak lunchbox world into a more classic cameo style clothing store. This is not so easy to come by. This it's a whole storefront photograph or painting or lithograph of a marriage procession or a royal procession. 1861.6A. That must be at the address 3670. An attractive display of treasure/merchandise. Very seductive. Bonjour, bonne journée. C'est une belle journée pour le vent des trottoirs, hein? This is a great store. Edible arrangements. Fruit is attractive, made like flower arrangements is what they do. Let's see if I could show you some of the posters. Here. This is what I remember of it. You see? Beautiful. They have chocolate cookies here with it. Happy Father's Day. They have, here's another one. And the latest rage in flower arrangements. Look, a motorcycle vase. It's stunning, actually. It's lovely, and I think very original. Let's see if I could get closer up. Beautiful. Original too. The place is called Pourquoi Pas Flowers. Pourquoi Pas Fleurs in French. Florist. Well done. I think it's pretty hot outside. It almost looks like the sidewalk is smoking as some people are starting to come down the street to just walk by. Maybe they're just doing their groceries or they came a little bit early before the stores open. But there's plenty of time and there's a long way to go before you see the whole thing. And if you stop for a brunch, which is Saturday, which is what a lot of people do, you'll manage to be here when when the stores are open for sure. You could get some plenty good shopping done, that's for sure. And here's a rather simple Superman. He's not terribly in the perfect health, but I guess he's all ready to do superhero works. And again, it's the same thing as the cat. It has a poster on the other side and also directions about what's going to be happening in the fair. K-Way, Vive la pluie. And a beautifully decorated with graffiti van, which has actually some little postcards from an art show, a pop-up art show that was up down the street, not too far from Mount Royal Street. A subtly decorated. I think this is for garbage. And it also has directions. Let's see on the other side. Yep, trash can. And I see over here there's another truck that is beautifully. It's a bus actually. Let's see if I can get a close up from here as far as I can go, because it's a pretty big machine. And I'll get closer to see. Look at this. This is nice. It seems to me to be vintage clothing. Everyone has to have one at least. Solid gold garment. Maybe this is made by the STCM. It says 747 P.E. Trudeau. Pierre Elliott Trudeau. Airport. Actually. And let's go around this bus, which is great detail. I think it looks like it's stenciled a lot. This looks to be a classic stencil pattern. With of course some acrobats. Those are not, I don't think. I don't know what is here. Some private show. When there was a fashion design festival, they had private fashion shows and they combined cars and models, actual cars and model displays. But I'm going to ask the lady what they're going to do now. I think I could get in. I don't know. It looks like they're letting people in. Nope, I don't know. I'll go check it out. It's very early in the morning and there's no performance now. It's some sort of big performance venue. They could easily put in the cars and the models, but there was a long line of people watching the whole thing outside because they had a big screen. Inside was invitation only. And my eye catches a lovely mural. This is a huge mural. I'm going to go really back to the end of the court to see if I could get it. This is a huge wall. I don't know. Just hold on a second. There it is. It's several stories. I think it's about a 6-story building, and everything is full of this lovely, she's a lady holding a conch with these huge flowers. I think this wall has been worked on a couple of years. They might have changed it every year, but this is a popular wall. They have like the ladies are dressed very nicely, and gentlemen, and they will paint with equally beautiful colors their clothes matching this lovely mural. As a matter of fact, you could see the scaffolding right near the bottom there. Still, it's too early for someone to get in now. I understand that. And just as I'm getting to leave, my eye is caught by another large mural. This is a 3-story building I could see. The theme is beautiful women, and if I turn the camera around, there's something over here, an abstract. A beautiful abstract. It must be about 3 stories. There's another mural on the other street. I'm going to see if I could get to the end of this little enclave to see if I could film that. It's a score. I have several murals here. Here's a beautiful black raven with jewelry, very symbolic, on a pink background. And I hope I could get over here to what caught my eye from the other side. This lovely, it's beautiful coloring of gray and on this off-white, antique white building. Very beautifully done. It matches the entrances that are painted in solid gray. And finally, here's a nice good, more in tone with most of the murals, a rather disturbed picture of a person monster. As the alleys become more and more hidden, I score a tiger with a large monster on the top, part Donald Duck, and a gentleman aptly cleaning the alleyway. There must have been a party last night. I would do it. This only happens a few times a year, and it's great weather. And those with a lot of money, enough money for the paint and the time, are scoring a field day, because here's another mural, also several stories high. It says, "Stay puffed," which aptly hides where the latrines are. Stay puffed. It looks much nicer on the way out as the way in, is usually the case when things are expensive. And now I see the whole reason why it's here in the first place. You have over here used to be the independent movie theater, Excentris. And I still think it's a very important place for theater, but I'm not exactly sure of the name. A brand new building. Very lovely. Hidden very discreetly in the corner is a bottle of the bubbly in lovely pastel tones. And as I go, I said grass is always greener on the other side. I could see a beautiful kiosk right on Saint Laurent Street, which I didn't catch before. It looks to me to be some sort of radio. Oh, it's a cassette recorder, because you have right in the middle of it a cassette machine. And a sign that would be lit up at night in lights that says "Soyez curieux," be curious. And a quietly inebriated, maybe resting, aerosol can here. A wonderful picture called Station 16 Gallery. Say the eyes are the mirror of the soul, and this one shows it. And here's something interesting. Join the revolution. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is money that is only online. And they have here an embassy. It says a Bitcoin embassy.